Are you struggling to find motivation to get things done while feeling depressed and perhaps highly anxious? Do you feel overwhelmed with the responsibility of managing your job, taking care of your kids, and like me, perhaps you have the additional stress of preparing for a move without a confirmed date? This video will provide you with an update on what's happening for me, but also some things that I am doing to help me handle all of this. So I hope you find it helpful. Let's do this. Okay, last thing I feel like doing right now is anything related to cleaning, but I need to get this room at least to an order where I feel like I'm on top of stuff. So here goes. So as the intro suggested, I am really struggling with the motivation to get things done lately, the pressure to finish all of that needs doing to move, while also just living in this house with an unknown move date has been building up. Everything just feels oh so hard, and as someone who has lived with anxiety and depression for their entire adult life and perhaps even into childhood, it has been really challenging to find the motivation to do literally anything. Despite anxiety and depression trying to tell me that I should just sit down and say nothing and do nothing, I have the privilege of having a platform that I've worked really hard to build, and I feel like it's my responsibility to share my efforts in overcoming this. And even if I sit with it for a little while, which I have done for the last couple of days, at least I will model to you who may be going to or through the same thing. I've spoken about this a lot on my channel over the years, but anxiety and depression do like to take the wheel every now and then, and they like to tell me that I have nothing of value to offer and that everything is a waste of time and everything is pointless. But I work really hard to overcome that with giving myself grace, showing myself some self-compassion, and generally just letting it drive for a little while and resting, because that's usually when it really shows up. So on this particular day, I set myself a little timer and I told myself I only needed to do 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of something, get something done, and perhaps the momentum will build up and I will be motivated to do more. Normally that works really well, but quite honestly, 10 minutes was pushing it and I really struggled and have been struggling, but at least I got 10 minutes done. So if you find yourself in a similar situation where you just can't be bothered and your energy levels are low, but you know you have so much to do, just give yourself 10 minutes. 10 minutes is better than nothing. 5 minutes if that's all you have. Just set a timer and do it. Ideally, of course, I would love to just say, relax, do nothing, give yourself a break. And if you have that advantage, if you can do that, then absolutely do that. But if you're like me and you have a time crunch, then just 10 minutes will really get the momentum going, or at least it's 10 minutes more done than if you do nothing. I'm just going to contradict myself here and say that doing nothing is also okay. But I do know that you probably do have something to do and a time crunch in which to do it. So just 10 minutes and then do nothing. So at this stage in my packing and decluttering, I am still working full time. I am still needing to do all of the things, still doing lunches and school runs and things like that. But I also need to get packed, for that unknown time of when we might move.
Where do you go?
In my last video, I let you know that we have a confirmed move date or end date in this current residence of the 27th of February, but the landlord for the new place may not get out of his property or out of the property we're moving into until the 19th of February. So we either need to sit in limbo here for another couple of weeks and move everything in 7 days, or maybe a miracle will happen and we will get the keys much sooner. But at this stage of this journey, I had no idea.
Breaking borders. What do you know?
And it's that unknown that had my brain in complete paralysis mode. Zero motivation to do anything, focus on anything. I wasn't even enjoying the typical videos that I like to watch. I wasn't enjoying any of the reading I typically like to do. I just could not find the motivation to do any of the things that I even like to do, much less packing and cleaning. But I set the camera up and I got away a load of laundry, and that was just my 10 minutes.
Follow your heart. What do you say?
The other strategy I used to motivate myself to get moving was, what will future Mel thank me for? And future Mel will thank me for getting the clothes sorted and ready and easy enough to access throughout the week. So that was the motivation to empty this basket and just get it hung up and put away and organized in the cupboard. To ask yourself, what will future you appreciate if you do just one thing right now?
Fight the darkness till break of day.
So I mentioned in the little last bit that just one thing, that is something that gets me going as well. So if 10 minutes doesn't start, I tell myself, do just one thing, and that's better than nothing. So just one thing, whether that is maybe move the laundry basket into the cupboard where you want to put it away, or empty the dishwasher, or just the cutlery. I know that when depression takes hold, how paralyzing it can be, especially if you couple that with anxiety and just overthinking. It can become so debilitating. So while you're doing all of that, make sure you are also allowing yourself compassion and kindness.
The heart and the past changes so fast, like a chameleon.
At this stage also, I found myself lamenting about what I had hoped 2024 would bring. I can't believe we're already in the second week of February. Feels like January just flew by, but it was so filled with anxiety and unknown for me. It was just such an emotional roller coaster. On a positive note, I had the most successful month I've ever had on my YouTube channel. So thank you to all of you who are new here. I really appreciate it and welcome you. And for those of you who have been showing up for me for almost 10 years on this channel, thank you.
Red was and blue skies. What did we know? We were so very young.
On that note, I did mention the 10 years worth of uploading. You will have noticed that the most recent video or the oldest video that you can see on my channel now is probably about 4 or 5 years old. I felt like I needed to kind of declutter some of the older content, and I did put that onto members only. Now, if you would like to see any particular video, if there was a video that stuck in your mind, then feel free to reach out and say, hey Mel, that video about such and such, can you make that public again? I absolutely will. I just put it on members only for anyone who might like to become a member. There's absolutely no obligation, but they're still there because I am
really proud of the work that I have done, and I've worked so hard over the last 10 years to create something that is this channel, but I just felt like something fresh and new, and maybe it was the control freak in me, and in time I might just make them all live again. But I did put those onto members only. To explain members only, it's just a feature that YouTube offers. If you would like to join, you're more than welcome. I've kept it at the lowest possible cost that YouTube allows me to put it to. I don't even know what that is. I think it may be a couple of dollars. I have no idea, but that is an option. If you would like to support my channel directly, then that is an option, and you will also have access to all of those old videos, and you will get first access to new uploads as well as they go live, or before they go live to the public.
Okay, so I've got two. So I got all my clothes that I am keeping out till we move there. Some pajamas and tops there, and some shorts and things up there. But the rest of this is just to pack on the day. All of that and somewhat semblance of order under here. It needs a good vacuum, but that's what I achieved in 10 minutes. Also emptied 2 laundry baskets. So this big massive one that's got rubbish in it now, and that one down there. So that's something I need to pick up, that rubbish. But yes, 10 minutes, that's all I've got.
Won't be making most recent content members only. It will start as members only and then go public and remain that way for what I imagine to be several years. But I just had kind of cause to think about what I have shared. I don't really know what I have shared over this last several years, so I thought if I made it members only, it's still there, and maybe over time as my confidence regains and this anxiety and depression kind of limit me a little, or stop limiting me so much, I might make them public again. But I don't know, I was grasping at straws to create some kind of change or control in my life, and that's where I went when it came to this channel. So I apologize if I offended anyone by doing that. That was not my intention. I know there were some questions about, wait, how long will it stay public? It will stay public. The new content will stay public. The members only stuff is there if you want to become a member and see it. But if there's a particular video that you would love to see again, then let me know. I just tidying up, just taking control where I can. And that's probably the next tip I have for you. Find somewhere where you can take some kind of, like, I don't want to say drastic, but some kind of control of your environment or your space or your mind, and maybe take a little bit of pressure off that in some way. So in my case, it was about, like, I got a little bit scared about privacy and what I had shared over the years, and really got up in my head. Anxiety and depression told me that I was unworthy, and all of those things. So I just kind of tried to find that middle road of listening to anxiety and depression while also acknowledging that I have worked really hard to get where I am and to share what I have, and that the efforts that I have made have helped people, and that was just where I had to go.
Changes so fast, like a chameleon. Red ones and blue skies, what they will so very young. The heart and the past changes so fast, like a chameleon.
So in this last 5 minutes or so, I'm going to pack up my desk and get something happening here just to clear the space and feel like I'm making some kind of progress, because I must admit I'm looking around and just not feeling it. But again, that could be anxiety and depression talking to me, so I'm just going to acknowledge that and do what I can and control what I can. And I hope that by my sharing that particular vulnerable reality, that it encourages you to do the same. Not share perhaps, but also maybe just acknowledge how you feel. I don't know if you can tell, but my confidence in my voice is really lost right now, and I don't know what it is. Well, I do. I know it's anxiety and depression, but I hope that my sharing this and just forcing my way through it, for want of a better description, maybe encourages you as well. But please know there's no pressure to do that. I feel a responsibility to show up and be here and hopefully share my vulnerable side. Sharing my vulnerable side will help and encourage you, and that's why I do this.
Red ones and blue skies, what do we know? We were so very young.
So with all that being said, please leave an encouraging comment in the comments below. Maybe if you are struggling a little bit, if you feel comfortable maybe explaining a little bit where you're at right now, then we can come together. I'm actually in my best spot when I am supporting and encouraging and helping others. So that's why I'm showing up here right now. So if you feel comfortable sharing what's happening for you, I will do my very best to reply to you and hopefully offer some support and encouragement. But I do know that this community will do that for you as well. So check that you have hit the subscribe button, because you have hit the nicest side of YouTube. And despite my current little blips in my life, I'm feeling somewhat optimistic for the future, cautiously optimistic, shall we say. I just have to get through and just keep on keeping on. I just keep saying, keep on swimming, keep on swimming. We can do this, right? So I had a really good month in January of uploading consistently every 4 days, but I've already dropped the ball in February. It is day 11 and I've only done the one live, but I would like you to know that I will have another video up very, very soon. Once again, hit the thumbs up button, hit the bell button so that you will be notified when I do. Share with a mate if you think she could relate, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.